I think it means that America Ferrara is no longer supporting Blake Lively.
Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again?
Oh, we're talking about you.
Oh my God.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively just got brutally ditched by some of Hollywood's biggest power players.
He was slamming Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. He basically said that they effed up.
The original A-listers are turning their backs, making it clear they want nothing to do with the couple anymore.
And so the more time we got to spend with Blake Lively, the less we liked her.
What they did to Justin Baldoni wasn't just shady. It was downright unforgivable.
If she's that dramatic in a release statement, she probably was even more dramatic in just being the friend that supports your friend even when you know you're lying.
Everyone, and I mean everyone, is done with them. Not just ex-fans or random online voices. We're talking A-list celebrities, power players, even family members. One by one, they're peeling off like duct tape in a heat wave.
And of course, it's not good for Blake or Ryan.
Why? Because of Blake and Ryan's toxic drama with Justin Baldoni. And no, this wasn't some behind-the-scenes creative difference. This was a lie. Legal threats, manipulation, public smearing, alleged intimidation tactics, all spearheaded by Blake and backed by Ryan like a little PR puppet. And now the industry is finally seeing them for what they are.
The fact that Blake Lively has been rude and cruel to people throughout her career, it's a fact. They didn't even deny that these things have happened. So
people aren't just distancing themselves. They're scrubbing their entire feeds clean of anything even resembling support for the two. Deleted posts, unfollows, ghosting. It's like watching a digital exorcism. And the funniest part? Blake and Ryan can't do anything about it. Their PR charm has expired, and Hollywood isn't buying the discount version.
it means a lot when he comes out and says something. He basically said that they effed up, which I can completely agree with.
Let's start with the one person they really thought would never leave their side, Taylor Swift. Oh yeah, they thought Taylor was locked in. Best friends, vacation buddies, her literally using their kids' names in her songs. And now, Taylor wants nothing to do with them, because Blake, ever the manipulator, allegedly used Taylor's name, without her permission, to pressure Justin Baldoni during the whole "It Ends With Us" disaster.
Taylor Swift. She is getting deposed. It is happening. I have it on very good authority that Taylor Swift is gonna get subpoenaed.
Let that sink in. Blake weaponized her own best friend like some kind of social nuke. She literally called Taylor one of her dragons, which sounds cool until you realize it's basically her saying, "Taylor will destroy you if I say so." Imagine the ego it takes to think you can throw Taylor Swift into your dirty little fights and she'll just go along with it.
Taylor Swift, you have to recognize and respect the fact that she is a machine, okay? She is an absolute machine. She will do everything to protect her image.
And then, get this, Blake invited Taylor to a meeting at her penthouse to talk about the film. What Taylor didn't know was that the whole thing was a setup to ambush Justin Baldoni. Yep, she got played, used, dragged into a Hollywood mess she never asked for.
Blake has taken advantage of her, taken advantage of her brand.
Classic Blake move. Hide the claws under a shiny Instagram filter. And after all that, Taylor Swift removed Blake from her Super Bowl guest list. If you know Taylor, you know that's basically the equivalent of a medieval beheading. That's her way of saying, we're done here, and I don't even have to say it out loud.
But I think that Taylor Swift is publicly backing away from this friendship because she's intelligent.
And the silence since then? It's Swift's signature shade. She doesn't do messy statements. She just cuts you off, reworks the lyrics in a future album, and lets the world figure it out. And Blake, she's out. Period.
And I want to be clear, that has the potential to humiliate Taylor.
But that was just the start, because next in line to ghost the golden couple was none other than Colleen Hoover. Now remember, this is the same Colleen Hoover who initially hyped Blake up like she was the second coming of cinema, called Blake's casting in It Ends With Us a dream, told fans she was thrilled, backed her all the way.
Colleen deactivated her Instagram on January 21st.
Fast forward to reality, and what do we have? Hoover deleted 32 posts, unfollowed Blake, wiped her entire Instagram clean, and noped out of the drama so fast she left digital skid marks. Why? Because once Justin Baldoni started dropping receipts, actual, real-deal evidence showing how badly Blake was trying to control and sabotage things, Colleen had no choice. She couldn't stay quiet and still pretend to support someone acting like a backstage tyrant.
Here we have seen the evidence, and we haven't seen any evidence from Blake Lively that supports her claims. And I'm sure she's going to cut that out from the actual article. I think it's coming out later this week, at some point next week.
And don't think this was just, I don't want to be associated energy. No, there are rumors, and not the tinfoil hat kind, that Colleen is considering a lawsuit against Blake and Ryan. A lawsuit.
Blake Lively manipulated her audiences and lied to her audiences.
Apparently, Blake promised her the moon, more book-to-movie adaptations, more power, more creative control. And now, Hoover's realizing it was all smoke and mirrors. Blake basically dangled opportunity in front of her, then lit it on fire when she didn't get her way.
He told us that Justin Baldoni claims she tried to take over his movie because she has a history of saying, okay, I'll be the star, but what I secretly want to do is direct it and edit it and produce it.
Typical. And let's be real. Colleen isn't just some random YA author. She's a bestseller, one of the top-selling fiction authors of the decade. If she sues, it's game over. It's the literary world officially saying, we don't mess with liars.
And so the tables turned very quickly against Colleen. People expected her to then now give a more informed answer, a more informed response as to how she could have gone along with what is appearing to be such obvious forms of bullying.
And her digital cleanup wasn't subtle either. We're talking 32 posts gone, all mentions of Blake erased, a total social wipeout. That's PR language for, I want nothing to do with this woman ever again. And Blake? Still pretending nothing's happening. Still posting like she's baking cupcakes in her billion-dollar kitchen while her career melts faster than butter on a stove.
And he managed to get Blake Lively to star in his movie, Across from Him.
But here's the kicker. This isn't just bad press. This is industry exile. The kind where no one wants to work with you. Where your name shows up in a meeting and people start looking at their phones. When even Colleen Hoover is ghosting you. When Taylor Swift is scrubbing your name from her social calendar, when your ride or die people start weighing legal options, you've officially become the villain of your own story.
Just in while we're live, Taylor Swift is having bad blood with Blake Lively. I am not your dragon, I knew it!
And don't even get me started on Ryan Reynolds. This man has built a brand off being the funny guy, the relatable husband, the Deadpool but make it dad jokes dude. But guess what? The mask is slipping. Fast.
There's going to be a lot stronger defamation claims against Ryan Reynolds.
While Blake's been out here rewriting scripts and steamrolling directors, Ryan's been playing silent co-conspirator. Don't be fooled by the charm. He's knee-deep in this mess too, and people are starting to see it.
So he gets Blake Lively. She's married to Ryan Reynolds. These are Hollywood A-listers. He's going to put him on the map. And she agrees to be his female co-star. Great, they're off to the races.
So yeah, Hollywood's golden couple, not so golden anymore. The sparkle's gone, the mask has cracked, and everyone's jumping ship faster than Blake can fake a laugh at a red carpet.
Not supporting Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, which, I mean, he is a big celebrity and has a huge following.
Let's start with America Ferrera. Back in December, she posted a sweet little tribute supporting Blake Lively. Classic Instagram love, all sunshine and girl power. Now, that post is gone. Poof. Removed from her grid like Blake never existed. You can still find it if you dig through tags and links, but America made sure it no longer lives on her public-facing profile.
See how she hasn't removed the post itself from Instagram, but she removed it from her grid. So
Translation? Yeah, I don't want this energy in my feed or in my life. Because you know when a woman like America Ferrera, Oscar-nominated, media-savvy, respected, is scrubbing her profile, it's not a tech glitch. It's a message, and a loud one.
What does this mean? Well, I think it means that America Ferrera is no longer supporting Blake Lively. Why else would she remove it from her grid?
Amber Tamblyn, another sisterhood vet, technically still has her post up. But here's the kicker. She pulled it from her grid too. It's invisible unless you directly search for it. The kind of digital maneuver people use when they're trying to ghost you in public without starting drama. The Gen Z version of crossing the street when they see you coming.
For now, Amber Tomlin still has the post on her Instagram, as you can see. But who knows? The thing is, Amber also has a connection to the New York Times. She's been writing for the New York Times. So I think for her to remove it, it will be a bigger statement also against the New York Times.
These two were loyal. They were part of Blake's ride or die circle for nearly 2 decades. They weren't random co-stars. They were supposed to be family. And now, radio silence, disabled comments, posts vanished. It's like they went to the sisterhood reunion, saw what Blake was doing, and said, yeah, we're out.
I don't know. This doesn't look like a woman under stress. This doesn't look like a woman who can barely get out of bed, as we've seen in reports. This looks like a woman who cannot wait to be back in the spotlight.
And you know what? That's exactly what happens when you keep proving you're a toxic liability. When your own feminist allies, women who fought for equality, diversity, inclusion, step away, that's not just personal, that's political. You've become the opposite of what they stand for. And Blake? She's making a masterclass out of how to lose friends and alienate powerful women.
Where this support for people in power is coming from, the protection of rich and famous people with so much power, why are the liberal traditional media supporting that so much? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Let's talk about Bart Johnson. Yeah, Coach Bolton himself. Not just some random dude from Blake's extended friend group. This is her actual brother-in-law, married to her sister, Robin Lively. If you can't hold on to family, you really have to ask, what the hell are you doing wrong?
On record, long before the public conflict, the cast unfollowed him for a reason. But, he's not mentioning anyone specific. He's not mentioning anyone specific! Bart, yes, she did!
At first, Bart came charging out of the gate like a loyal soldier, defending Blake with a level of delusion usually reserved for flat earthers. He posted cryptic nonsense about performative man buns, and let's be honest, we all knew he was taking shots at Justin Baldoni. Because heaven forbid someone have a man bun and morals, right? Bart thought he was doing something with those Instagram warrior monk quotes. Then, reality hit. Legal documents started dropping, receipts started surfacing, and suddenly, the tweets disappeared. Bart's tone changed from Baldoni is fake to my words weren't directed at anyone specific. Oh, really, Bart? So the universe just accidentally aligned your shady captions with Justin's hairstyle, emotional work, and entire being?
Amidst the Justin Baldoni drama. Now, a few of these texts are getting deleted and moved. It's all fluid on there, but he's responding to somebody. He received a response asking if he deleted his past tweets, allegedly about Baldoni, because Lively and Ryan were being exposed as liars in a legal back and forth. My past comment wasn't for any individual, never said a name, Johnson said.
What's hilarious is that even Bart, realized he got played. He publicly admitted he was misled. Yeah, by Blake and Ryan, the ultimate PR shapeshifters. So now, he's quietly sliding into the background, hoping no one notices he used to be on Team Lively. But we noticed, Bart. We definitely noticed. And when even your own family ditches your sinking ship, that's not just a red flag, that's a full stadium wave of red flags in slow motion.
Who's married to Blake's half-sister Robin. It was directed at a certain type of person that I find performative and disingenuous when they post clips of themselves being amazing.
But it doesn't stop with family. Oh no, the sisterhood broke up too. Remember the wholesome bond from the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants? That heartwarming movie about female solidarity and lifelong friendship? Well, that sisterhood just got revoked.
Say his name. I think you forgot to mention the person you were supposed to be apologizing to. His name is Justin Baldoni. Otherwise, your blanket apology.
But let's move on to the most delicious twist of karma in this saga, Scarlett Johansson. Oh yes, because when Scarlett enters the chat, you know something iconic is about to go down. Let's rewind. Ryan Reynolds and Scarlett were married from 2008 to 2010. Pretty private split. Nothing too explosive at the time. But now, years later, the plot just got thicker than Deadpool's mask. Because guess who Scarlett just signed on to work with? Justin Baldoni. That's right. Ryan's ex-wife is now professionally partnering with the very man Ryan and Blake have been trying to ruin for months. Scarlett is directing a new film called Eleanor the Great. And guess who's funding it? Wayfarer Studios. Justin's studio. Fully financed, fully endorsed, fully Team Justin.
She looked really bad then too, but still, she clearly can apologize.
Yeah, she's capable of it.
But she would not apologize, and I find that despicable.
Yeah.
Here's where things get extra messy. Blake and Ryan's romance may have overlapped with Ryan's marriage to Scarlett Johansson. Green Lantern filming started in March 2010 while he was still married, and rumors say their flirty on-set energy spilled into hotel rooms. Not long after, divorce. Coincidence? Highly doubtful. Insiders believe Scarlett knew, but stayed silent, waiting for her moment.
It's gonna have to be a full-blown, I am sorry, I lied, I am a terrible person, tail in between the legs, and that's what we deserved. Everything, and it really was quite horrific because you just go, what kind of a monster even goes through with this CRD filing?
And now, she's making it loud and clear by teaming up with Justin Baldoni. Yes, the same man Blake and Ryan tried to destroy. Scarlett didn't subtweet or post shady quotes. She signed onto his project as director, funded by his studio. That's not subtle. That's a Hollywood missile. This wasn't a random partnership. It's a calculated move that says, I know who's worth backing, and it's not you. With family, friends, and now exes pulling away, Blake and Ryan are watching their empire collapse while Hollywood quietly closes the door behind them.
And so the more time we got to spend with Blake Lively, the less we liked her.
Penn Badgley, Gossip Girl's mysterious loner turned dramatic genius. Also, Blake's real-life ex-boyfriend. Once upon a time, Penn and Blake were Hollywood's moody indie couple. After their breakup, they kept it cute. No drama, no scandals, no post-breakup shade. He even had her on his podcast, Pod Crushed, which, looking back, feels like a mercy invite from a guy still trying to believe she hadn't sold her soul to the devil of PR manipulation.
I want all the roles for me and only me. I want full control because I am a controlling bully.
But now, Penn has unfollowed Blake and fully aligned himself with Justin Baldoni. Oh yeah, he hit that unfollow button like it owed him money. And even better, he follows Baldoni now. Social media loyalty is the new public statement, and Penn made his loud and clear. Blake's trying to curate her life like an Instagram aesthetic, and Penn's out here saying, I want no part of that filtered chaos.
He told us that Justin Baldoni claims she tried to take over his movie because she has a history of saying, okay, I'll be the star, but what I secretly want to do is direct it and edit it and produce it.
And it's deeper than just old ex drama. Penn and Justin are connected through the Baha'i faith, a spiritual belief system rooted in unity, truth, and values that Blake Lively clearly couldn't spell, let alone live by. These two men actually stand for something: emotional intelligence, integrity, decency. You know, all the stuff Blake tramples in heels while throwing tantrums on film sets.
And that what in fact happened was Justin didn't harass Blake. Blake was interested in wresting control of this movie away from Justin, who was the director and the producer. She was just an actress in it, and used threats and coercion and bullying to do it.
The fact that Penn, who had every reason to stay neutral, instead took a side, and not hers, says everything. He's not some Hollywood drama king looking for a headline. If anything, Penn lives in his own philosophical bubble, so for him to publicly walk away from Blake and side with Baldoni, that means he saw something ugly. And let's be honest, it probably wasn't hard to see. Then we've got Anna Kendrick. If Penn's exit was a polite unfollow, Anna's rejection of Blake might as well come with a boxing glove and a mic drop.
How quickly do you...
Don't touch me.
These two work together on a simple favor, a film about secrets, lies, and backstabbing. So, basically a documentary if you ask anyone on set.
Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again?
Oh, yeah. Talking about you all day.
Oh my God.
Behind the scenes, it was chaos. Anna reportedly could not stand Blake. We're talking enemies on set level dysfunction. The energy was so bad, the studio had to step in and force them to act like they were friends during press. They were basically given media babysitters to stop them from lunging at each other on camera.
Basically enemies, and their press tours had to be booked separately.
And look, Anna Kendrick is known for being chill. She's funny, sarcastic, doesn't start drama. So if she says things were bad, it was nuclear. She's not the type to fake hatred. That kind of negativity doesn't grow in silence. It grows when someone like Blake Lively walks into a room with a crown she glued to her own head and demands everyone bow.
Anna Kendrick can't fake it. She's just like, listen, I know y'all want me to, but I can't with this woman.
The difference in personalities was clear. Anna's witty and self-deprecating, Blake's calculated and camera-ready. Anna shows up in jeans with sarcasm, Blake shows up in a ball gown with a PR script. And clearly, even that contrast couldn't be glossed over for the sake of press tours. If you're too difficult for Anna Kendrick to tolerate, you've lost all credibility.
He got headlines everywhere for saying that. Yeah, so now we know Joe Rogan is not supporting Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, which, I mean, he is a big celebrity.
But here's where it really hits rock bottom. Don Saladino, the man who knew Blake and Ryan's bodies better than they knew their own publicists. Their personal trainer for years. The guy who sculpted Ryan into Deadpool shape, got Blake red carpet ready, and basically served as the health guru behind their manufactured Hollywood glow.
But boy, I mean, it's just like, it's kind of embarrassing, right?
And now, Don's gone full ghost. He removed his pinned photo with Ryan Reynolds, deleted all fitness content featuring Blake, unfollowed both of them, like they never existed. When your trainer, someone whose whole brand depends on neutrality and discretion, starts erasing you, that's not a coincidence. That's a warning shot. Trainers don't do drama. Their whole business relies on trust, loyalty, and keeping secrets. So when they walk away, it means something bad went down. And here's the kicker. Blake once referred Justin Baldoni to Don back when they were pretending to be friends. So Don knew both parties, had no reason to pick sides.
And something just didn't. I went through Justin Baldoni's Instagram and he just seemed like a puppy.
But then he did, loudly, by quietly unfollowing the couple, deleting their content, and sharing an article mocking Ryan Reynolds. Let me say that again. He reposted content that dragged Ryan. That's not just a vibe shift, that's a spiritual cleanse. That's, I saw too much, and now I need to detox your energy from my feed. And these weren't just cute workout selfies. Don had access to their most personal moments. No makeup, no filters, just Blake and Ryan raw, sweaty, probably complaining about everything while pretending to be relatable. For Don to walk away means he saw behind the curtain and didn't like the wizard.
And I knew a bit about her. I knew how she grew up. I knew that she kind of was one of these people. What tends to be the case is that when you grow up with everything, you create things out of nothing because you're looking for struggle in your life and you're used to getting whatever it is that you want.
By the time even your trainer has pieced out, you're not just losing friends, you're losing the people who built your public image. Don was part of the Lively Reynolds illusion machine, and now he's quietly disassembling it one deleted post at a time. So what does that leave us with? Let's recap this war zone of betrayal. Taylor Swift, gone. Colleen Hoover, scrubbed you from her timeline. Bart Johnson, threw up the white flag. America Ferrera and Amber Tamblyn, sisterhood revoked. Scarlett Johansson, teamed up with the guy you tried to ruin. Penn Badgley, peace out. Anna Kendrick, couldn't stand you. Don Saladino, deep cleaned his entire brand of your existence. What started as a little tantrum from Blake on the It Ends With Us set has now exploded into a full-blown Hollywood exodus. And all Blake and Ryan had to do to burn their empire to the ground was be themselves. No one's buying the cute couple act anymore. The winks, the I married my best friend shtick, the snarky tweets. They're tired. People see the manipulation, they see the games, and they're over it.
It was monstrous what she did, and she's got to pay for it.
Live birth porn.
Every move Blake and Ryan made, the power plays, the smear campaigns, the radio silence, the victim complex, backfired. Their carefully crafted PR couple image, shattered. And you know what rises from the ashes? Not them. Not this time. Because Hollywood isn't canceling them. Hollywood is exposing them. This isn't about drama. This is about receipts. And when every single person in your life, from co-stars to family to trainers, is walking away, one thing's clear. Hollywood has made its choice. And it's not Blake, and Ryan. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next chapter in this chaotic downfall.